Hey guys, this is Coach Joe coming to you from inside the Holy Cronut. Today I'm recapping the MLCW Archer Queen Division 2 Week 8 matchup of the Holy Cronut versus the Little Death. Both clans managed a 9v9 hit rate of over 60%. The Nutters were 6 for 6 on 11v10 dips, and TLD was 4 for 4. The difference came at 10v11. THC was 3 for 8, and TLD was 0 for 11. Big Brother got fresh tripled once again, but for the first time this season, one of his hits will be featured in a recap. It was a fun match, and by my calculations, that win clinched the playoffs for us. Now I'd like to introduce my guest for this recap. He's a Town Hall 10 and one of the best hit-up guys I've ever seen. He's 8 for 15 on the season, which means he has the most successful hit-ups of anyone in the Archer Queen division. They call him Shane Ely, and he's always up to shenanigans. Please welcome Schneebly. How are you doing tonight, Schnee?
Good. Thanks for having me, Joe.
Well, thanks for joining me. It was another good war for us, and now we got War Bears coming up, so that's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah. Looking forward to it.
Yep. So this is the first hit that we're going to show. This is Ajax, making, I think, his 4th appearance in one of my recaps. And he does a fresh hit, cold-blooded, go Lalo. That means 1 golem, several hounds, a lot of loons, and he smashes this base as he often does. We actually had another attack this war with a similar army build that was probably just as good, but this was one of those wars where we probably had 6 or 7 hits that could have made a recap.
Yeah, and I really like watching Ajax attack. He always does an extremely good job, especially with Town Hall's doing the funnel. I think that given I usually hit 11s, that seeing the funnel and the preciseness that goes into it is very impressive, seeing him get in there like that.
Well, yeah, and there's actually, so two of our best Town Hall 9 hitters are Ajax and Q, who are both in this recap, and the difference in their style is actually amazing. In the Q, when he does his drops, everything goes into an exact spot and exact time. I mean, his planning is right down to it, and he does a run through, just like tapping his screen 10 times before he'll actually attack. Whereas Ajax, he knows generally what he wants to do. He brings enough troops to do it. But as you saw kind of at the beginning of the funnel, he had a wizard for a camp. It died, but it almost got it, so he dropped 2 more minions. Just... Well, this was fresh. He really recovered well at 3 o'clock there when that Tesla popped up. He changed his loon deployment, and I think it was a little too late for the haste, but it worked out. And right about this point of the attack, when the Teslas pop up, I start getting a little worried, and then I look and see that he's still got a heal spell.
Yeah, this really went perfectly for him. I like his use of the Lava Hounds, too, is just tanking for the Wizard Towers going into it. I mean, from start to finish, this is just excellent.
Yeah, he is notorious for, when he sees a sweeper, he uses it to his advantage. The sweeper's supposed to be a problem, right? It's blowing your hound and your loons away. But what he does is, when he wants his loons to not need a haste, he'll drop the hound into the sweeper on purpose so that it doesn't get too far ahead. So it's really smart. So this is Big Brother's debut. Finally, he's tripling someone instead of getting fresh tripled. This was a cleanup attack and was actually the last Town Hall 9 that we cleared before moving on to our scouts. And this is one of those bases where when you look at it, nothing really jumps immediately to mind as being the hit to use. The closest thing in my mind was, I guess a stoned Go Hobo, which would be 3 golems. He ends up with 2. The first hit used 3, and the Teslas kind of messed up the funnel and made 2 of the golems entirely useless for what he was trying to do. So I think he makes some good adjustments here. He kind of just lets that first golem die to set his funnel, and the second golem is really what's going to get his heroes into the base.
Yeah, and I really like the use here, especially the goblins that he put down, just trying to get the most bang for the buck as far as damage for troop space.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 3 goblins taking on a storage. He's got 1 wizard just taking out the town hall by itself. And as we'll see right here, he uses 2 golems and he doesn't get very far into this base, but that's okay. His entire kill squad, the point was really to just take out a lot of defenses, because there was a pile of them there. The kill squad was also taking out the clan castle troops, both heroes and Expo, and here we go, right into lots and lots of hogs. And if you look, there isn't a whole lot left that they have to kill.
Yeah, and everything that they do have left is on the outside. So really, they're just going in a perfect little L or U shape, round robin, picking off everything.
Yeah, heal there, and oh boy, those 5 hogs aren't in a heal, but they're taking out an air defense. So I don't know. It's it was a really good plan. I know he had some help on it, but his execution was great. I think earlier I might have said go ho bow. There's no bowlers. Obviously, he had CC hogs. But I gotta say that I actually really like a Town Hall 9 hog attack that uses hogs in the clan castle. Those max level hogs are a lot stronger than you think.
And it's just a nice and easy hog cleanup there.
Yeah, we got a little worried there when the hogs, all that was left was 3 mortars that were spread out. If they hit another giant bomb, if he might have run out of time, but he knew where they were. Wasn't a big worry. The final Town Hall 9 attack that we're going to show is Q, and this was another fresh attack. Very, very solid. He comes at this with his kill squad from the northwest, under the theory that with jump spells he can actually get really deep into the space, and since he's coming opposite of the heroes, that means he's probably going to hit and destroy the Tesla farm.
Yeah, and you say get deep into the base. I think he took that to an extreme. Watching through this whole thing, I'm not even sure the hogs were necessary. He dove all the way into it. It was crazy.
Yeah. And he also starts this attack off, what I was saying is similar to a Schneebly hit-up, where, archer, minion, and then a barbarian on the other side of the map to take out a mortar, and then 4 uncovered wizards, and then his first golem. So it's just kind of an interesting start, but he's using the ranges to his advantage, and like I said earlier, he's planning out every single drop. Now watch this golem up at 11 o'clock. This is crazy pathing. It starts to move as soon as he drops the jump, and then goes all the way to it.
I feel like the queen should take some notes from that golem.
Right. It's so far away. You'd think he would have just kept banging on the wall, but he didn't.
Supercell will fix that based off of this replay. Don't worry.
They're going to fix that, right? So this is what Schnee was saying about the kill squad. I mean, the CC's gone, Expos are gone, Tesla farm is gone, 2 wizard towers are gone. There goes the second hero.
I mean, and he still has so many bowlers up, both heroes, everything.
He's got a golem and 1 golemite right there. That golem has about a quarter of his health still. Yeah.
Of course, he's on the wall now.
And when those bowlers breaking out over there, I think you're right. I mean, he may have been able to triple this without dropping his hogs, or that loon that's going to end up with full health right now, yeah, because of the heal. I mean, he didn't swag, but could you imagine if he just swagged all of his hogs?
That would have been cruel at that point.
Exactly. So this was our 10v10 of the war. This is Archon, and he's using a Suicide Hero Lalo on this base. And basically what had happened is we scouted it with our lowest Town Hall 9 semi-weak heroes, and the entry went really well. And so SS Poop Ship, who has several of our 10v10 triples, tried to turn that plan into a 10v10 triple, and he came up just short. He didn't poison the back end skeleton trap, he missed it, and the skeletons ended up finishing off all of his loons, and he ended up with a 98%. So this is Archon trying to basically mimic the plan, do the exact same thing, and just get his poison better. But what ends up happening, as you'll see here in a minute, his kill squad doesn't go according to plan. He wallbreaker fails at 3 o'clock, and basically has to spend the attack making up for the fact that his queen did not get the Inferno Tower, which is what had happened in Poop's attack.
Yeah, and he did a great job of it too, especially with that wall breaker fail. But even in general, this kind of base layout for 10v10 doing La Lune with all the air defenses on one side is always very, very difficult. So Poop getting so close, and I think Poop with his break-in, he got both air defenses, the Queen, Clan Castle, and one of the Infernos. So if you watch what Archon gets here and still being able to pull it off is very impressive.
So his Queen does work here. His King managed to clear enough that the Queen ends up targeting the air defense, so she takes out that last little piece of wall that the wall breakers hadn't finished, uses the ability on the Queen, and then drops a double poison to make sure he gets the Clan Castle. His Queen would not have lived long enough to take out the pup, the baby dragon, if he hadn't double poisoned. But now he can't do the back end poison that he wanted to do.
Yeah, but luckily he brought some extra minions and stuff like that just in case. But I mean, this La Lune just goes perfectly. You see him right here. All the loons are bunched together, which typically isn't good. But then right there, it's a perfect spread. Everything splits up. It's not everything on the wizard tower. It's perfect.
And all of his back end loon drops were incredibly well timed. And that's the difference right there. The hound popping so late gets them to start attacking those skeleton traps. Poop's hound popped way back over at 9 o'clock, and they were over there doing the cleanup along the northwest, while the skeletons were over here killing all the loons. See, Poop's loons didn't have to take out the Inferno Tower, so they started doing cleanup, but there was nothing to cover them, and the skeleton traps just killed all of them, and there weren't enough. He didn't bring as many minions as Archon did, and so the cleanup was just too slow, and he ended up leaving 2 buildings left at the very end. So yep. They both actually had very good attacks, just slightly different. They both did a great job, and because they worked together, it got us the triple. So that's all the videos that we're going to show. Schneebly, do you have any final thoughts?
Great war, always fun. Thanks to Ross giving me the nickname Shane Ellie, which anybody that watches this video will know now. So thanks, bud.
That's right, because Ross can't type, and so lots of interesting things come out. So, so that's the recap. I want to thank Schneebly for joining me, and I want to remind you that the Holy Cronut is recruiting for next season. Join our recruitment server to learn more. The link is in the description for this video, and thanks for watching.
Are you tired of going out to have some summer fun with a little Clash of Clans MLCW, only to have your Town Hall 9 end up covered in itchy triples? New from Clash Ship, it's Triple Defense SPF 30, now for Town Hall 9. Simply spray down your base before going out, then reapply every 2 hours until the end of war, and your base will remain triple free. Try some today. Side effects may include diarrhea, heartburn, upset stomach, blue urine, dry anus, permanent coma, or death. Please do not use Triple Defense with ibuprofen, as this may cause reverse epidermis syndrome. Triple Defense is not intended for noobs or anyone using an internet base.
You're implying that a group composed entirely of female animals will breed?
No, I'm simply saying that life finds a way.